All right, looks like we're live already, and it's another Saturday. So this is something we're going to continue to do every single Saturday around this time. And I know I used to do this live stream last year, and I used to do it like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and go for hours. But we're going to just change it up. We're going to work on something different. Last week, I tried live streaming, and my internet was just horrible, and that's kind of the main reason I kind of stopped live streaming. But I have this all hardwired now and hopefully it's stable because last night we did a test run and it was pretty solid. So hopefully that works out. But every Saturday we're working on this. And before we dive in, we have a lot to talk about today. We have a lot to get into, and we have some all the new announcements, all the stuff I'm excited for. We have 4Ks and Blu-rays and all the new stuff I'm always excited for. But we're going to start this new tradition, and it's in the vein of Saturdays and Saturday afternoons, and it's the things that I absolutely love, and it's the Saturday afternoon movie. And I've been doing this tradition pretty much since I was a kid. And I talk about it regularly and I kind of mention it. But if you don't know what a Saturday afternoon movie is, it's one of those when growing up in the 80s and 90s when you had cable television, there would always be on some channel, you could find like a weird one off movie that nobody's ever talked about, an old 50s sci-fi monster movie or whatever you might be into, and there would be some kind of movie that just kind of work for you. Whether there's noir, sci-fi, horror, all kinds of things. And so we're going to do that every Saturday. We're going to recommend Saturday afternoon movies, something I'm going to watch, and let you know. And you could always let me know something I might want to watch. But for what we're going to talk about here is Rawhead Rex. Real quick, this is the Saturday afternoon movie. This is what I'm going to be watching. And if you haven't seen it, this is just a great movie to watch around this time. But it's awesome special effects, crazy rubber monster suit, and just an overall fun movie. Now, it's a hard R. It's not for everybody, but this creature here, Rawhead Rex, the monster suit is so ridiculous that there's not a lot of animation or movement in his head. So as he's running around eating people and tearing people up, that's pretty much what you got. You got an open mouth, crazy monster, and this just works for me. It's not the best movie ever, but it's super fun. Absolutely love this one. And before we dive in, so I did get this in the mail, and it was on my wish list. So that's the thing, is it's something that I had wanted, and I always have that pinned in the links below. But I don't know who sent it to me. So it was like, it's something I wanted. I had it on the VHS, and it's the fan. So thank you, whoever sent this, but really looking forward to diving into the Blu-ray, because I did have it on VHS, but it's something I had wanted to upgrade for a while and just hadn't pulled the trigger. So thank you, whoever this was, because it showed up and it didn't have anything in the package. So thank you for that. And VHS is something that I want to talk about real quick before we dive into all this stuff. Is it seems to be like not really like a hot button topic, but it seems to be something that a lot more people are getting into, a lot more people are talking about, because there's this new novelty where a really unique movie, a boutique Blu-ray label, somebody's putting out newer modern VHS tapes along with the movies that they're releasing. So it seems like it's some kind of a collectible or like a niche novelty thing. But I have over 400 of them. I watch them regularly. I do have this tube TV. It's just a little off screen here. But I just picked these up at the thrift store the other day, and I do watch these too. So the one thing that I keep seeing all the time and hearing all the time is it's fuzzy, it's crappy, like nobody likes this stuff, and why are you bringing VHS back? And I don't know. I was like, I watch it regularly on an old tube television. It's not fuzzy and crappy. It's actually a pretty decent picture. Now, if you were to put this on a brand new 4K television, which I do have a VCR hooked up to one just in case I need it for comparison purposes, but that you're going to have a fuzzy picture because you're putting in less than a 480 input into 2160 or whatever a 4K TV ends up being. And so you will get that. But watching this on an older television, even an older high def television, a nice old LCD screen, you can pick them up cheap. But I've enjoyed this every single week. We watch several of these. We actually specifically block out Sundays, usually for 80s movie day, and we watch out VHS tapes. So even though it's being talked about a lot and there's a lot of people throwing their hat in the ring as to why it's coming around, and the thing I keep hearing all the time is it's a novelty, it's just a collector's item, nobody's watching these. I'm not the only one that still watches these. There's a whole section of horror hounds that have never really got rid of their VHS tapes, and they prefer a lot of the older horror movies because of the aesthetic. But as we dive into that, let's say hello to the chat. Let's see, what do we have in here? We have D-Wag. Hail, brother. Hail. Thanks for popping in, buddy. And oh, Robo's here. Hello, friend. Good friend from all the way from the Philippines. Let's see. What the hell? Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm back. I'm back. And sure yes, thanks. Yeah, so this is one of the newer shirts that we got in. So this is calling this one the Tokyo Tyrant, and just super fun. Really love it. And we actually have quite a few of the shirts that came in recently. So I had this is the limited edition spooky season one. So we're gonna have this up probably till we're gonna have this one up till probably, like I said before, Black Friday time. We'll switch over to Christmas, but this is the one we're going to do. I think I'm going to keep the Nosferatu design, maybe switch out the TV, but the limited edition is the orange coloring for Halloween and the spooky season logos. So we have the spooky season 2024. So that's going to be limited, but the design might change a little. Maybe put them in a different television or whatever. So we have that one. Then we have, let's see, what else do we have? We have this one. This is one of my favorites. I actually love this design here with the old marquee, the Frankenstein, Dracula. Super, super excited. And I actually really love that color. So we're going to be doing that more. And we have the Saturday afternoon logo on there to represent the Saturday afternoon movie. So the two lines of shirts we're doing are Boob Tube, Saturday afternoon, because it's the stuff I talk about all the time. And the boob tube, the whole double entendre with the TV being called the boob tube. And so I just like that. And these ones here, these are more your simple design, the 80s. So this is, the reminiscent, the Goonies, one of my favorites. Every time I've worn this out in public, I've gotten compliments on it. So really do like that design. It came out very well. All this stuff's live now. This is the only one that I actually had to tweak and change a little bit. And it was this one right here. So the 80s. So when I originally designed it, the antenna ended up getting cut off a little bit. You can see it. So mine got cut off. So I did tweak it so the antenna's in there all the way. We have the Angry Ape shirt. I absolutely love this, and I love the blue. We have a couple different colors on some of the shirts. Some of the shirts only are coming in one color for now. Maybe we'll change it out later. Oh, my eyeball hurts. I have like a little itch. Oof. All right, so we got that going on. So knock that out of the way. But the main reason that we're here today, what we're here to talk about, things that I'm excited for, and there's some things to talk about. Like there's the imprint just announced a ridiculously expensive TV show series on Blu-ray, and it's something I've been looking forward to for a long time. I've wanted it. I have the first season of both of them, but it's expensive, and rightfully so. I mean, it costs money to make this stuff, and they actually put a lot more effort into it than other ones. Oh, I never grabbed. I meant to grab it before I got up here, but the Mill Creek and other companies that put out these TV shows on complete sets and series, and they're a little bit cheaper. They generally cram them in a box, and they're not taken care of nicely. And so there's something about the imprint, and I want to talk about that before we dive in. I have these imprints here. And so this is a big chunky box set. This is going to be something similar to what you're getting with the TV show that's going to be released. And this has a booklet. And this one has six cases here, six discs. And that one's going to have five. So this is about what you're getting size-wise, quality-wise. But with the other ones that are available, Mill Creek just kind of usually throws them all in there. It's something it's not for me. I'm not a big fan, so I totally get that this is a very expensive set. As we share that, let's see. We'll quick bring that screen up here. We'll start off with the very first announcement, something I'm actually don't even have in my collection. We're going to get into the imprint stuff in a little bit, but I want to share this first. We have, let's see, uh, this right here. So North by Northwest, it's something that I actually love. I haven't seen the movie in quite a while, and I've been holding out for the 4K on it. So this one here comes out November 19th. and it's something I actually. Well, let's see. Let's change this up. There we go. So this is something that I didn't have in the collection. So looking forward to getting this one. And November 19th is going to be release day. Do I need a day one? Not necessarily. There's a lot going on this side of the house, and um, you know, plan, a lot of more money's going out. The holidays are coming up. Things are happening. Wife's going on deployment. There's just so much going on. So this one here, even though I want it and I'm going to be getting it, it doesn't need to be a day one purchase. There's so many things that are coming out in December, but I also do have my list. And I have all these pre-orders. All this stuff is going to be linked in the description down below. But I have my list of stuff I do have on pre-order that's also included in that list. But this one here, absolutely looking forward to it. So far, I've enjoyed all of the restorations, all of the 4Ks on the Hitchcock films, but this is just one I didn't have in the collection. Looking forward to getting that one. And that. Let's see. Oh, hello, hello, Abra. Hello. So I don't know if you caught earlier, but last week I tried this live stream and it did not work. It cut out and everything, and I ended up drilling a hole in the wall and running wires last night, and I got this thing hardwired. So we're gonna see how this works, and hopefully this is gonna be a regular Saturday show. But last Saturday it did not work out, and like I didn't even finish the show, and it just completely cut me off. So let me know if I don't even know if you guys can actually like if I'm last week I was cutting out constantly. So let me know if that's happening now. But right now on my end it looks pretty good. So we have that one. That was something that I'm really looking forward to. And uh let's see, where's my notes? Let's see. So that's one I have. But here's one that is going to be a day one purchase. Something that when I first saw it, let's see. When I first saw this, I actually loved it. I was a teenager, and most of the kids my age, nobody was really into this one. I don't remember getting made fun of for liking it, but I do remember it being hit up as like a chick flick type movie, a girly type movie. But I was into it always. Brad Pitt, Anthony Hopkins. So Legends of the Fall is one of my all time favorite movies. Absolutely love this, and so this one just got announced. It's coming out December 3rd. The pre-orders aren't available right now, but as soon as they are, I'm going to be getting this one. This is definitely going to be a nice December watch. I've had it in my collection since the 90s, and since this came out, I had it on VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, and I will be getting this 4K. And a lot of times I do double dip, and I keep my Blu-rays and 4Ks of some of my favorite movies, and I collect a bunch of multiple different copies. This one, I don't need multiple different copies. I'll be upgrading and then turning in my Blu-ray. I just need one copy, but I am looking forward to this one. And because it was recorded on film, it has all kinds of potential to look absolutely amazing, especially a lot of the outside shots. But if you've never seen Legends of the Fall, it's definitely one of my favorites. And I wouldn't say it's a Saturday afternoon movie, but it definitely is one of those ones that um, when I sit down to watch it, it's one of those ones where I don't want to be distracted. I have to watch it like eyes glued to the screen because it is it's not really all over the place, but it's a story that takes you on an emotional roller coaster. It's just a really good story, really good story. Do love that one. And Amber does say, "Good morning, but or good movie, but depressing." Yes, yes, it is. It is have that. It does have that kind of sad, somber side to it, and it's just one of those things that I like that since I was a kid. Always have, always have. And then let's see, we have the next one that's coming out. The next one that's coming out that I'm actually really excited for, and this is something I text all my friends. I'm pretty sure uh everybody that I talk to on a regular basis that loves action movies, 80s, 90s, like right up there. I had already said this is coming out. I'm getting it. So we've already been talking about that one. So that's not news to them, but might be news to you. And I know other people have been talking about this, so it isn't news because it came out. The announcement came out like midweek last week, I think. And we are talking about, let's see, this one here. Keeps covering every time I upload the screen, it covers up what I'm looking at here. So, but Demolition Man is something that one absolutely love this movie. Really looking forward to this one. And this is another one that comes out. Let me double check the date on it. Um, it's over here. There we go. December 10th. So another one that comes out in December. Really looking forward to this one. It's something that like it's since the 90s. I've had it in my collection ever since. I had the DVDs, I had the VHS. I will be getting this. And it's one of the ones that I've watched recently on my 4K television downstairs. And it's the one that even though I think it's a decent picture, it's one of the ones that I'm like, this could really benefit from a nice 4K restoration. I have plenty of Blu-rays downstairs that I watch, and I think they look great on the 4K, and I don't need the upgrade or whatever. But I think this one here might have been like an early HD restoration or something because it just has just like I wouldn't say a bad picture or like an off picture, but it doesn't seem as crisp as when I watch it in here on my regular plain HD TV. So it's one of those things. But I have several Blu-rays downstairs that look amazing on the 4K. And so it's just one that was just slightly I'm like, I want the 4K on this one, and this is going to be a day one pre-order for me, 100%. Or no, this one is pre-ordered already. This one is coming out in December, and so this is a day one purchase, 100%. And normally, so there's certain movies I don't need the big chunky box for, but this one it comes with all these tchotchkes and extras, and I love the movie so much. And my first memory of watching it, I'm happy to get the big chunky box. Love Arrow Video, and so this one I have to have. Brent Madison. Can't wait for Demolition Man. Funny that they have the Pizza Hut cut. Oh yeah, glad you mentioned that because I did almost forget about that. So it's something I didn't know about, and I know that there's been so many movies throughout the years that you find out that there's different scenes or stuff cut out for different areas, different markets, depending on what it is. And over in England, Europe, in that area, apparently Taco Bell wasn't a thing or something, and so they had the restaurant was Pizza Hut, and all of that is included in here. So I don't know if it's just like a deleted scene, an alternate scene, or you can actually just choose which version of the movie you want to watch. But it's something I'm really looking forward to. I'm sure that that scene is probably on YouTube somewhere, but I haven't seen it yet, and I will. And I'm waiting for this to actually enjoy that. So looking forward to that one. I had no idea. Had no idea. Let's see. We have that going on. So yeah, this is 100% a day one, and it wouldn't have mattered to me. Like I do like the chunky box set, so I'm glad to have it. I'm glad to be getting it. But no matter who put this out on 4K, it would have been a day one purchase. So the all the extras and the tchotchkes, that's not the selling point for me. It's just a cherry on top. Let's see. We have that one. In that one. So yeah, that's something that I mean, when I first watched that movie, when like I remember my mom rented it on a Friday, and I watched it like 3 or 4 times that entire weekend. The very first time I watched it, I rewound it and watched it again right away, and so it's something there's there. But then like Monday morning, I went to school, and I remember riding the bus, and like everybody was talking about football, and they were getting excited. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I was just like, no, 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 we got to talk about Demolition Man. And I was trying to talk about that, and they were talking about football. And it was a very frustrating time because, I mean, ever since I was a kid, like this is right here, what I do. I've been doing it since I was probably 8 or 9. Like, I just would not stop talking about movies. It's been my favorite thing ever since. And so, that Demolition Man, that memory I've had forever. And every time I kind of bring it up, I go back to that Monday morning on the bus and trying to get people to understand how awesome this movie is. We got that one. But yeah, so Demolition Man's one that I'm really looking forward to and glad that it's finally coming out on the 4K. Um, and I don't know if I'm going to keep my Blu-ray, but I do have it on VHS too, and I'm keeping that. I'm definitely keeping my VHS, and I've watched it quite often in this room on the old TV and the old VCR. So it's something that I'm definitely keeping the VHS. I don't think I need to keep the Blu-ray, but definitely glad to have the 4K. And then now that we get into, so that's pretty much it for that. But now we get into January. So January coming in the next year is the Bewitch set and the I Dream of Jeannie sets. Now these things are very expensive, and people have complained about it already. People have said it's too expensive. Pretty much every set that's come out, just regular movies. So this is a whole TV show, and of course, it's going to be a little bit more expensive. But this is something that, as it is a little bit more expensive, you're getting a lot more with it than just an hour and a half or 2 hour movie. You're getting all of the TV shows, and just like this one here, Bewitched is coming with 2 seasons. Let's share the screen. And it's several hours of entertainment. It's not just a solid hour and a half, 2 hour movie. So it's going to be more expensive to begin with, and whatever restoration process they have. But the packaging itself is also different. So I understand it's expensive. And would I have loved a cheaper set? Yes. Yes, 100% without a doubt. There's going to be so many people that don't want this, for many reasons, whether it's they're not into TV shows, stuff from the 60s, whatever. This might not be for them. I get it, but it's an all-time classic. It's something I'm looking forward to. I've been watching this, and the I Dream of Jeannie set. I've been watching that with my kid because we got rid of cable about the time she was born. So my youngest is 7 now, and about that time, we got rid of cable, and so that money we saved not spending on cable, we just dumped it into more movies, more TV shows, and we've been able to curate our collection and watch what we want and not have to be relegated to commercials and whatever's on TV. And if it's crap, you're still paying for it. And so we definitely have dived into the first season on both of those shows, and I think we have the first 2 seasons on one of them. But trying to find the other ones without having to just go ahead and order some DVDs on eBay or whatever, we've only come across a couple of the seasons. So I wanted to finish this anyway. So this is something that we'll be getting, and we're looking into it. But where does it say? Does it say how many hours this is? Normally it does. So it's coming with 15 discs, 172-page hardcover booklet for Bewitched. So that's pretty awesome. And this set here is coming with 4 discs. So you have 4 discs on this. And this is one of the imprint boxes here that has 4 discs in it. And so it'll be a little bit bigger because there's a booklet, but the discs come separately packaged. So that's one thing that is a huge plus on this company. They do really great on the package design, and I know that's another thing. A lot of people complain that it's not worth it to them. This package is just not for them because they're paying extra for it. Well, the other seasons I've gotten in the past are just cardboard sleeves. Like there's a Mill Creek one that I have, like the Quantum Leap set. It's a cardboard box, and there's 2 DVDs on cardboard, and it's in slid in there, and so that's easily scratchable. It's not great. I was very disappointed when I got it, and it's a cheaper set. It's cheaper because the packaging is also cheaper and everything else. So you're paying a premium, but you're paying for a nicer package set that's going to protect your discs more. And so for me, I absolutely love it. The price point on it, I honestly was hoping it would be about 80 to $100 at the top end. So at $130, it is extremely expensive, but you're getting a ton with it. Let's see. Hail, brother. Genuine Comics says, hello, 80s. Hello. Thanks for stopping in. But yeah, so this is something that 100% without a doubt, it's something that I'm looking forward to. It's something that um, I wanted to add the rest of these to my collection. And this one here, you're getting first 2 seasons of it. So then you have to get the rest of them. So they're going to be cranking out one of these boxes. I don't know if they're going to be doing it every 6 months. I don't know when the release schedule is for it, but they've already posted a picture that they're going to be releasing all of them. And they already have the designs, it looks like, for them. So I'm not sure when these are going to be doing, but the imprint has been putting these out pretty regularly for a long time now. So they've been cranking out every month or every so often, like 5 or 6 releases. And sometimes and the TV shows, and the imprint is a part of that Viavision thing. So the Viavision stuff, they're doing their own stuff. So it's a boutique Blu-ray label, but they are just absolutely killing it. And I mean, like I said, I get it. It's going to be very expensive, but you're getting a premium product with it. And so this is something that, unless something crazy comes up, it's on my radar. It's on my wish list. It's something I want day one. Now, the other set we're going to talk about here, this is something that I'm not sure Oh, I was like, I definitely want it. So there's no going back on that. I definitely want it, but it's like, do I need to get them both in January? It's a big purchase. It's something crazy, and it also is one of those things like it's after Christmas. You're spending all that money, and then what's going to come up in January? And so like it is one of those things where January I tend to like to kind of take a break and save a little bit of money, refocus. Christmas is so hectic and stuff. January, I kind of always tone it down. I don't usually purchase a lot. My movie budget is about the same, but I tend to not. And then so then February, March, and going into spring as the year starts to ramp up, I take my January movie budget, I roll it in, and I get more stuff later. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. That's going to eat up pretty much my whole movie budget plus to get both of those sets. But this next one here, we're talking about the Bewitched set, and I showed this off at the beginning of the stream. But the Bewitched set here, I mean the I Dream of Genie set here, is expensive, and it's a a lot more than this. But you are getting the complete series in this one, so it's something to you know take into consideration. Again, I understand that there's going to be so many people that are completely out on this, so many people that are probably not even interested in it. But that's the very first thing that most people have already said is this is just too expensive. It's not for them. And it's this I Dream of Genie set. So you're looking at the entire set, and you're getting five cases, but 22 discs, a hardcover book, and this one here is a 5 disc set from imprint. So this is the After Dark series, but just in comparison. So this is the four, this is the after. So it's a good size difference. And you're getting, the nice solid chunky box here. And this one here, it does come with a booklet. So this one's not hardcover. It's definitely just like cardboard cover there for this book, and that one claims to be a hardcover book, so it's going to be bigger than that. So this, just imagine this being a little bit bigger, and that's what you're getting with the I Dream of Genie set. Because this one has 6 discs, so it actually might be the same size. You figure taking out the other disc and making the bigger book. So roughly about this size is what you're getting, and just the fact that all the discs are protected and that stuff, that's what I'm into. I'm looking forward to it. But again, like you save about $30 if you get them together at the same time. I don't know. For me, I kind of think that it's something that, maybe get one in January, one in February, space it out or something. I'm not sure, but something I really want and I've wanted for a while. You're getting a 300-page hardcover booklet, limited edition hardcover box, and limited to only 1,500 copies. And let's see. One thing to know: the whole first season of I Dream of Genie was in black and white, and this is going to cover both. So at some point they did colorize that first season, and the DVD set that I have only has the black and white option, which I don't mind. Something I grew up watching those reruns. But my daughter, she's 7, and she has a few black and white movies that she'll watch and a few black and white shows that she'll watch. And she has watched I Dream of Genie and loves it, but she does complain that it's not colorized. And so I was like, she hasn't appreciated the black and white stuff as much. And so she was actually super excited when they said in the trailer for this, when they play it, they say that they're going to have both options. So she's super excited. I'm looking forward to it because I haven't seen the colorized version of that first season in probably 20 or 30 years. So that's another thing that I have on my radar there. But then we have we have this. Let's see. Let's close this out here. So that's what I have. I don't know what you guys think about that. I know that already so many people are out on it. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. But here are the things that I'm excited for, and we have Billy Madison. Oh, I just went to the page. It's not there. Not there. Maybe they're updating it. So I had the link for the Billy Madison. So Billy Madison got announced. So that's getting a 4K. That's something that's coming. And I like it. I like Billy Madison. I always have. It's one of the ones that I've had in my collection pretty much ever since. And it was the one Happy Gilmore. When that first came out, I liked it. I thought it was okay. And but also at the same time, I never owned it. and I didn't understand why so many people were like super into it, and they were just going on and on about Happy Gilmore and how great it was, and I'm like, I think it's okay. And it wasn't until just a year or two ago, I found it for $4 on Blu-ray at Best Buy. I took it home, I watched it, and as an adult, I don't know if it's like the whole modern audience thing, but the Happy Gilmore, watching it again after so long, I never laughed so hard. I've watched it probably a dozen times since. I also found it on HD DVD, so I've watched it in here while editing videos many times, and there's been times where I just stop working and just start watching the movie and forget what I'm doing because I absolutely love it. But when it came out in the 90s, it was Billy Madison was my thing. And so I love both of those movies. So I'm glad that they're both coming to 4K. So Billy Madison got announced, and I had to, like I said, I had the link up, but I just went to go to it and it said error. So I don't know if they're updating it because it was just like a soft announcement thing. It wasn't like a pre-order page. So we have that. So that's I'm excited. And that's coming out early 2025. Looking forward to that one. But then here's something that I had on the list, and I'm not sure why I didn't know this, but it's something that I've been watching the movies for a long time, and I just never noticed. Like people didn't really talk about the director, and we're talking about Frank Capra, this crazy 20 movie set. One, I was very interested in it. I was kind of on the fence. It was a beautiful looking set, but Frank Capra, I was like, I don't know any of his movies. I'm not familiar. Yeah, I am. I watch them all the time. Arsenic and Old Lace. So I rewatched Arsenic and Old Lace already for this spooky season. A movie that I highly recommend. Just a great Saturday afternoon flick. But it's an old movie with Cary Grant. It's super fun. And like as soon as I start watching it, it says, directed by Frank Capra. And I'm like, oh my God, I've been watching this movie for like a year now, and I absolutely love it. And I didn't know. And then It's a Wonderful Life. He also directed that. I didn't know, and I've watched that movie since I was a kid, and I watch it every single Christmas. And it's just something that I've watched it so often. I probably don't notice the opening credits, or I didn't notice his name. But yeah, so I was like, oh, I know Frank Capra. So I saw that, and then I jumped over to this box set again, and it was extremely expensive. So originally, it's still expensive, but you're getting 20 movies in it. So this is something that I was on the fence originally, but then I was like, let me just make sure that I'm not there. Let's see. That's not it. Never mind. Let me go there. Let me try a different route. Just bear with me because that was pulling up all kinds of wrong stuff there. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Frank Capra. There we go. So this Columbia edition box set here. There we go. There it is. Let's pull it up. Thanks for bearing with me. Let's see. We have this. So this is something that, like I said, I was definitely on the fence for this. This is something that really looking forward to it. But it was sitting at a $230 price tag, and it's also a big expensive set. And the shipping on it, all that stuff. I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's no way for something that everything would be a blind buy. I was not familiar with any of those movies, so I thought. And then after realizing who Frank Capra was, and he directed two of my favorite movies that I watch all the time, but then I remembered Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, and there was one other one here that I knew I remembered. Um, can't tell you, I don't remember now, but definitely 100% Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. I remember growing up hearing about it. I have not seen it yet, but it was something that I was definitely familiar with. And so this is something that I saw it. The price is reduced by quite a bit. And you're looking at it's still expensive, but you're getting 20 movies in this box set. It's really sharp. So this one here, 100% went to pre-order, and it will be coming out. When is this coming out here? November 19th. So November 19th, 100% something I'm looking forward to, and we're going to do an unboxing on the show because I don't know if I'll do it live on a Saturday, but definitely going to be doing an unboxing of it because it's something I'm really looking forward to now. And I was trying to add more of those movies into my collection, and not specifically Frank Capra, but that era, that whole early Hollywood, the golden age of Hollywood. It's something that I've always appreciated, but it's also something that nobody really recommends and nobody really talks about. And so either you know about it or you don't know about it. But as a lot of these are getting restored, and I'm finding a whole bunch of them. There's another one I just came across the other day, yesterday, in fact. It was the Lavender Hill Mob. That looks absolutely amazing. And you got an early Alec Guinness in that one, Audrey Hepburn. I'm sold. It's a heist movie, and it's just this old 1950s black and white comedy that I've never heard of. And so that just got put out on 4K not long ago, and I found it last night. So I'll be looking forward to that one as well. But trying to add a lot more of these golden age of Hollywood movies into my collection. The Frank Capra set is 100% pre-ordered. Looking forward to that one. So we have that. Let's see. Hello, Video Pro. Good morning. Good morning. So I started earlier. I just ran through pretty much all the announcements, the pre-orders, that type of stuff, and I just got finished saying that the Frank Capra set I have 100% on pre-order. Really looking forward to that one because it was something I was on the fence at, and it was originally when it was announced, it had that higher price tag, and now it doesn't. And so I don't know. It seems to be like an American Amazon thing where there's a higher price and then it gets slashed. And so I don't know if it's like some kind of trick to try to get people to buy it because they see the price reduction. But I have a friend in Australia, and and every time I talk to him about a lot of these older movies, and he sends me images, especially from like Amazon, it's at the cheaper price. And so it's just like, it seems to be like here in America, it just seems that they slash out the higher price. It just seems like a trick to try to get people to buy it. Let's see. But yeah, so being a lot cheaper, I was definitely turned off at the $230 price tag. I thought it was nuts. And even though you're getting 20 movies, I was not familiar with that entire catalog, and it didn't dawn on me who Frank Capra was and the movies that he directed until now. So looking forward to that one. Now here's something that I love it. I've talked about it before, but it is pre-ordered. I double checked. I have this on pre-ordered. It's coming out. Um, when is this coming out? December. It comes out December 3rd. So this is also something that I'm really looking forward to. And it's funny because I wasn't a Star Wars. I mean, I was always a Star Wars guy. I was never into Star Trek, and I watched those. Like when I was a kid, the only one that I really enjoyed of like the Shatner Star Trek movies was the whale one. Whatever one they go back in time to the whales. I think it's number 4, and I actually have all those original Star Treks on VHS. I just haven't watched them yet. And so it's something that I grew up watching the show because we had this whole lifestyle of, if my mom stuck us in front of the television to keep us quiet, and if you basically growing up like the cable guy, if weren't watching TV, you were doing chores, or she'd find something to keep you busy. So I watched Star Trek, The Next Generation, every single day. It was on in the afternoons, Monday through Friday. I watched all that stuff, and I just was never into it, but it was also fine. And so when the movies came out, and I saw the movies finally, I wasn't into them. But I always liked Star Wars, so I was always a Star Wars guy. But this one here, Galaxy Quest, is something that I love it. I think it's great, and it comes up with it comes up. Oh man, that one's coming up too. So anyway, I somehow I did it wrong. When I pulled up all these links, they're going right to my Amazon, pulling up all my information. So let me just go back and go to Blu-ray.com and do this. So next week I'll do it differently. Let's see, Blu-ray.com. But Galaxy Quest. So that's something that I've been looking forward to since it got announced, and I do have this on pre-order finally. But the reason I talk about the Star Wars stuff is obviously you have that connection. But then I thought it was always funny that it's not a Star Wars movie, but it gets considered one of the when people are ranking the Star Trek films, it gets ranked in there as one of the better Star Trek films, and it's not. So it's just kind of I kind of chuckled at that. I think it's great. But then this is coming out. Let's see. Galaxy Quest. There we go. This is coming out also December 3rd. So looking forward to that one. And I like the cover art. This one is also coming out with a steel book. And I've said before, I'm not really collecting steel books anymore. It's something I'm not into. And it's just something that um, I have some steel books. I have them if they come in like a nice big chunky box set, something like this, and the steel book's inside and it's protected. I'll pull the trigger. I've actually behind me right here this that orange Fifth Element one. That one, there's a steel book inside the box, and so I have no problem getting that. But if it's just a plain steel book like this, I'm trying not to buy them anymore, and I have gone without. So I have Fright Night on Blu-ray because I have one of those old Twilight Time ones, but I never picked up Fright Night on 4K because it came in steelbook only, and it was about the time I stopped collecting these because every time I order them, they come damaged, and so even the ones I've seen at Walmart, I've just kind of passed them up. I'm not trying to add these in, and I've actually replaced quite a bit of my steelbook collection into either upgrading to a 4K or just a regular simple Blu-ray because I found it cheap at the thrift store or something. And so this is something that I like them and I think they're cool, but they get damaged so easily. And most of the time, I've had a couple that got damaged after I've owned them, but most of the time they come shipped damaged. That's just a pain in the ass. So I'm just kind of swearing off on them. But there is a nice steelbook coming for that. So Galaxy Quest here is coming, and it's going to be. Oh, let's see. Is that the right one? Oh yeah, okay, that is the right one. Ha ha ha. All right. So this one here, 28.99, not a bad price. And if you wait on it, it's definitely going to go down in price. It's a popular movie, but they're probably going to overprint this one. It's coming out through Paramount Pictures, so it's just a nice studio release. They're going to be putting out a bunch of these. And so you wait a month or so by Christmas, I guarantee you this one's going to be a little bit cheaper. So if you don't need this one day one, I totally get it. Oh no, it comes out Christmas. So January time after the holidays, it'll be cheaper. But this one is something, it's going to make a great Christmas present, something I'm looking forward to. Video Pro says, it's a great movie. I just pre ordered it. Yes, it is a great movie. I really do love that one. Do love that one. And the other thing that I have on pre order, so we have uh, three more things that I have on pre order, things I'm excited for. And one of them is Galaxy Quest, but the other one here is Terminator. So this is something that a lot of people are complaining about. That James Cameron is ruining all the 4Ks and all that stuff, and I get it. I get where people are complaining, but at the same time, people complain about the film grain in a lot of these older films. And if you look at like Terminator 2, which came out, that one got a lot of flack because of how it was changed. But if you look at like pretty much every home video release of Terminator 2, it's been kind of changed. There's a steely blue wash over the whole thing, and that's been prevalent for a couple decades now. And so every single home video release has had tweaks that people have complained about, mostly the color grading. And the T2 thing, if you go to like Reddit forums, it's pretty much divided. There's literally half an audience that doesn't care or loves the picture, and then there's half the audience that are nitpicking and being very upset about it. And I get it, but it's one of those films that I watch it and I have a great TV. I have a nice OLED. I think it's good. I see the problem. I see where people complain, but I also have a good time when I watch it. Like I don't complain about it. And same thing, True Lies. I really enjoyed that one too. So I'll be picking up Terminator, and where you're probably going to see some more of the DNR and stuff is going to probably show through is on the special effects, specifically when Arnold has he has his eye removed and that whole fake head. You can see that fake head on a VHS. And so I think that's where people are going to point that out and complain. But you go back to the old videotape of it, and it's at that same kind of you can tell. You can tell. It was fun for the time, and it's just to me it felt like a matte painting. The matte painting's there, you get it, but it doesn't take me out of the film like bad CGI does now. Bad CGI always takes me out of the film. But back then, those special effects, the T2 head where you can totally tell it's fake, you know, that never bothered me then. But I think that's the one where people are going to point that out with the all the DNR and James Cameron changing it. So this one here, it's something that I have it on pre-order. Let's see. Let's see. Blu-ray. Terminator. Yeah, sorry about the links. They're all going up to my Amazon with all my information. I didn't mean that, but we have that fixed now. All right, so you share this screen. We have so T2. It's coming out. I like the artwork on this. There is a steelbook, and like I said before, I know there's people that are into steelbook art. This I'm not bothered by, but somebody was complaining about this image also looking like AI art or something about it. But this to me looks like an image from, and it might have some kind of AI DNR fixing or scrubbing or enhancing to upscale it a little bit. But this entire image looks like it's a screenshot from the fake head scene. So that's kind of how I feel about it. I don't like the big ugly banner. I say that all the time in these videos, but this is something. It's just my nitpick about it. But this is the version I'm getting. It's 30 bucks. I don't mind. This is something that I have on pre-order. I'm looking forward to it. Let me know in the comments down below, or we're not. We're live today. Tell me if you guys are getting this one. Are you guys getting this one? For me, I have to have it, and it's more of like a completionist. I have the second one. I want the first one. I've wanted the first one on 4K since I got T2 several years ago, and that's something that I enjoy watching every I watch it probably twice a year, and so looking forward to getting that one. And we have Shaun of the Dead and White Christmas. Those are the next two. I'm not even going to bother bringing those ones up, but they're coming out, and I have those 100% on pre-order. And it's something I've been looking forward to. As soon as they got announced, those were day one purchases for me. Shaun of the Dead is great. I love the artwork on it. The artwork on Shaun of the Dead, I think, is perfect. And that's something I had. Do I still have it up here? Oops. Did have it up here. So I have the Mondo Steelbook of Shaun of the Dead, but I'm looking forward to getting that. I just ordered the regular plain version of it, and I'll be trading in my Mondo Steelbook. The thing about that is it came in a protective case, but it also was kind of dented on the corners, and it's something that I just I was very upset, and that was probably the one main reason I kind of stopped collecting steelbooks was that it was dented. It came to me broken, so it just wasn't for me. Got that. And there's that. But yeah, that was pretty much it. That's pretty much everything that I ordered, everything that I was getting. And I think that these bigger chunky box sets that Imprint puts out, I think it's top notch. So I'm looking forward to the I Dream of Genie set and the Bewitched set. This is what was sent to me, so I don't know who sent this, but thank you for that. And these are the VHS that I picked up this week. So I picked up Reservoir Dogs. I found this at the thrift store yesterday. Uh, Black Mask. Now, this is something that when it came out, I don't think I've ever seen this one. So Jet Li was really popular in the late 90s, early 2000s. And I remember the trailers for this. It's just something that I haven't seen it yet. So I picked this up. I think this was 49 cents. So I picked this up for 50 cents. Glad to have this one. And Captain Ron. So I had this on the I had this on the DVD and looking forward to having this on the VHS because it's how I remember watching it as a kid, and I watched it in here all the time. Man, but the Captain Ron is something that there is no Blu-ray of this, and I would love this to come to Blu-ray or even 4K, but it's Touchstone, so it's Disney owned. Who knows what's going to happen with it? But the whole deal that Sony got with Disney, this is something I would love for them to put out. And out of the entire catalog, I think they're more likely to put this one out than any of the other ones. So here's to hoping, but glad to find this. And this one I found for $1 yesterday. So glad to have this one. And I'm probably going to watch it. You know, I know it's the spooky season, it's October, and I'm going to watch Rawhead Rex today, but I might pop this one in too because huge fan. Can't go wrong with it. Can't go wrong. But yeah, that's pretty much it today. We're gonna wind down the stream. That was just everything we're talking about. The new shirts are in the store. The links are down below. All the stuff that I'm excited for. But if there's something that I missed, let me know. But that's everything that I have on pre-order. Everything that I'm looking forward to, and all the cool announcements. That was that. But the one thing was the Imprint Bewitched and I Dream of Jeannie. I wish they were a little bit cheaper, but it is what it is. But with that, watch a movie today, and I'll catch you guys next time.